My boyfriend and I went to get married. The staff said I had a child. Her profile has a 10-year-old child. I'm not married. I have no children. I'm 28 years old this year. How can I naturally give birth to a 10-year-old? Please help me look up that child's school. Then the staff give us the information. I hurried to bring my husband with me. On the way, your face is tense. I asked him. I don't believe you. I believe you. It's just that I find this so strange. Probably not easy to solve. We went to Chuziah Tiger's homeroom teacher. The moment you call it out. I'm more sure than sure it's a misunderstanding. It's a tiger in front of you. I dare say I've never met. I don't even know if you know me. Not familiar from there. I certainly can't get any useful information. I'm looking for a homeroom teacher. Take the phone number of the tiger's parents. Very quickly, the Kia wire pick up. Hello, I'm Zhou Xiaomei. But when I introduced myself, I heard the engine shut down immediately. This reaction makes me suspicious. So Li and I were waiting for Chu Xiao to leave school. I followed the tiger for a while. I just found out where it came from, not more than 500 meters from the house I bought. Tiger just walked in. My brother and I also walked in. Who do you want to do? I looked at her. I really don't know. My name is Zhu Xiaomei. She immediately changed her face, but still trying to stay calm. I don't know you. Not familiar, you know. Your son is in my file. What the hell are you talking about? If you do that, I'll call the police. Yes, just let me know. I'm also going to the police station. To get an explanation. Look at your attitude today. You must know why. Don't you find it strange? Her son, why is it on the record of a stranger like me? I don't know, I don't want to know. I'm an unmarried 20-year-old girl. Suddenly there's a 10-year-old on file. You have to give me a reasonable explanation. How do I know? It could be that the clerk wrote wrong. What are you doing looking for us? You're going to ask them. Because you didn't cooperate. I can only ask the police. The police quickly looked up the information. Tiger Chu moved to her profile 2 years ago. But I didn't know this at all. You sure I didn't have any relationship with that boy? Of course it's nothing, or I wouldn't have gone to the police station. So there's a possibility your urine is in your file. Maybe to take over your school district. Your house is located in the school district of Hoa Tao. Is it HOA primary school when I wake up? Choking breath. My mother made me buy this house. Is that later my child? You can go to a good primary school. Now they've taken over my school district. My son has to do something later. I'm sure it is. The family used something. Put the tiger in her profile. And let Zhu Xiao Tiger use the power of her school district to study at the school. You don't have to say. That boy transferred to that school 2 years ago. The time also coincides. I suggest you negotiate with Chuziah Tiger's parents. There is no negotiation. Then report it and we will deal with it. Finally, the police also gave me the information of Chuziah Tiger's parents. They were my tenants 3 years ago. At this moment, I understood that they were using something to put Tiger on my profile in the school district. Then I stood downstairs texting Lin Hu. I already know everything. I'll give you 10 minutes. Let's go downstairs and talk directly. If you don't cooperate, meet at the police station. Of course, the wind is no longer as strong as before. He slipped downstairs. Your urine is in my file. It's about going to grad school. The relationship between me and your family. Just 3 years ago, you rented my house for a year. How can you take over my school district? You asked me as well. I don't know. The tiger is in your file. We went to school to register and study. I didn't know this was happening. Now she doesn't admit it or say it. I have enough ways for you to admit it. Now I'm only because your child is small. Give you a chance. But she didn't want to take this opportunity. Don't blame me. I don't have much in America. It's just a lot of time. I also have time to play with her. Remember to spend a lot of money. Another good lawyer. Miss Chu, tell me what you want. So quick to give in. I told her in advance that my request was only 3. First, I don't care how you use it. Within a month, please remove the tiger from my file. Monday, immediately transfer the school out of the school HOA draft. Finally, my district's powers must be returned intact. If it affects my child's education later on, it's not possible. How can you? You know how much work we've had to do. Let him get into that school. Now you're making us do that. It's like a drink. Miss Zhou, you must not be so cruel. Are you stupid, Lin Hui? First, she used the power of my school district that I didn't know about. It is called theft. I don't care how much effort you put in. You choose someone else's stuff. Now, returning it is of course. It's called evil. I want to talk to you properly today. It also gives you a chance, but she didn't want to take this chance. I've got other ways to deal with it. Getting a tiger to transfer schools is impossible. Tell me how much money you want. You want to use the money to kick me out. My requirement is still BA things as I said. Give you a month. If not resolved a month later, I'll deal with it myself. The next night, I got a phone call from Lilin. Miss Zhou, I agree to your request. But I need 3 months. School transfer tiger needs to contact another school. Can't be fast. I thought for a moment, even though SAO is not short of a few days, so I agree, but also warned her not to play games with me. 3 months later, I looked it up. I found out the tiger is still in my file. This family thinks of me as a monkey, so I went directly to their house. Your whole family thinks I'm a monkey. Say 3 months. So far, the tiger is still in my file. If you have the courage, you can sue. We're not moving. I'm waiting for you to sue. Last time you bullied my wife like I didn't know it. The lawsuit. As long as we don't cooperate, it will last another 356 years. My son will graduate from elementary school in 2 years. If you want to sue, sue. We have plenty of time. His face is full of helplessness. I was so angry that I couldn't speak. My husband didn't remind me last time. You said that. I almost cheated. I'm not stupid this time. If you really want to sue, sue. We will continue. This time I will not stop you. You really think I have no way? People like you. The so-called way is not to go to court. SAO police station. I told you, and I don't care. If you want to sue, sue. You can ask the police to arrest me. We absolutely do not pay for this education. How did you use your school district? You can only accept it. Want to get back from us? I advise you to let go of that thought. I'm really unlucky to meet this kind of scoundrel. The next day I arrived at the school early. Follow it to a net. I went in and grabbed his head. Then take it home. This girl, don't tell my mother about me going to the internet. If my mother knew I went to the net, will hit me. How can you? I just need to work with you today. You absolutely didn't tell your mother. What should I cooperate with? It's very simple these days. I'm at your house. I'll talk to your parents. Don't worry. That night the phone rang at the right time. What are you going to do with my son? I said, let me tell you. You're kidnapping. I will definitely call the police to arrest you. Shut up. But you're too violent. I'll forgive you today. Chu Tiu Tiger is my child in my profile. I took him to work. It's called kidnapping. She even went to the police, and the police stopped her. That's right. I'm officially announcing it to you today. As long as it's in my file, I won't let him see you. You know, currently, the cost of raising tigers is quite large. Giving birth is also hard. I got a 10-year-old son who's also NDT 0. So I'm going to sue tomorrow. Request the right to raise Chu Xiao Tiger. Hear me out. Lin Hui's scream came out from the phone. Miss America, are you crazy? Tiger is my son. What book do you feed? Don't steal my son. If you want a boy, give birth to him. I'm not interested in hearing her go crazy. So I hung up. The next day I said do it. To the court to sue for custody of Chu Xiao tiger. The court summons came very quickly. Two husband and wife. The two immediately panicked and asked the police to find me. When I went to the police station, they were there. I'm finally suffering myself. My mother saw me walk in and cry. Miss Chu, please return the tiger. I'm begging you. I really can't live without my son. My son is my whole life. Mrs. Lin can't blame me for this. I gave you a chance. But what did you say? You told me to take it. But the tiger and I share the same household. So what's wrong with me wanting custody of it? The court is more supportive. Think well. Maybe the tiger with me is better than with you. My financial situation is much better than yours. Right, Zhu Yan, listen to me. Point your hand at me. Crazy, America, tell me what you want. I've come up with a solution for you. Want me to stop? Let's do 3 things as I said. When you are done, you will meet the tiger. If you want to meet soon, you have to hurry yourself. That's right. Be kind. My grandmother misses you very much. Yesterday, he asked me when I would meet my mother. Lin Hui heard me say that. The attempt to hold back again collapsed. Shout out to my husband. If you agree, I can't help but see you. I can't wait. I agree, but you can't touch my son. Don't worry, I'm not a human trafficker. It eats well, sleep well. It's just if you want to see him soon. You have to try. This time they were quite effective. It's less than a week. My profile is no longer called Tiger. Give me a call. When can we meet our son? Just done one thing. You wanted to negotiate with me. I've done the transfer. The school district has also resolved. Your ability to solve is so good. But I can't say it's over. Don't I have to check? If that's the case, tomorrow you can meet the tiger. I don't know how they used it. My district's power has been unleashed. That afternoon I took the tiger to the police station. Son, has that woman been bullying you these days? No, she's so good to me. She'll buy you whatever you want to eat. They only know how to eat. You're a pig. You've been tricked into feeding a little. Why are you stupid? It's been solved. Then we have nothing to do with each other. Then I turned and walked out the door. We finally solved everything. I feel much more relieved. And then I called Cho Kui Hai. My business is done. We can go and get married again. It's hard. We're going this weekend. I wanted to take a weekend off. I thought on Saturday morning he would call me. Miss Chu after this. We're also acutely aware of our mistakes. My family is going home next week. Fortunately, VA became friends. We also have destiny. The tiger came home and told us, "You've been treating my son very well lately, so we'd like to invite you to dinner. Thank you for taking care of the tiger. And for the past, I'm officially sorry. Maybe afraid I refuse." Not enough time for me to answer. He immediately gave me the name of a restaurant and hung up. Look at the evening calendar. There was nothing to do, so I decided to go. That night when I arrived, I found out that there was only one person sitting in the restaurant. Where's your wife and your son? Why didn't she and the tiger come? She took the tiger to buy something and she'll be right back. You sit down. I feel a little strange. I don't know what I'm going to sit down for. Suddenly one of his hands touched mine. The other holds my shoulder. Wants to pull me towards him for the rest of this part. It will be better if you don't believe me. Just sit for a minute. You can see it with your own eyes in a moment. Her husband hugged another woman and walked in. Following the previous part, I screamed. Just about to leave, a crisp slap hit me in the face. If you look closely, it's the forest. I don't know when she came in. Standing in front of me full of anger. Miss America, you are disgusting. You didn't just want to steal my son. I want to steal my husband, too. You're not ashamed to seduce your husband. You filthy disgusting. I'm going to argue, not me. Who expected Chu match suddenly sorry her? Wife, I'm sorry for you. It's all because of this woman. She knows that I have a wife and children. I have a private appointment to come here for dinner, then turn to scold me. American girl with a bad wife. I didn't expect you to be so unkind. You're so young, you can't do any better. Why do you have to steal someone else's husband? You obviously have a boyfriend. Why are you so promiscuous? I remember you having a boyfriend like that. I'll definitely tell your boyfriend. I said, let me tell you what you've been hugging. I took a picture. I'll post it online later. Let your boyfriend know who you are. So that all internet users know. How did you steal someone else's husband? Their actions immediately grab the attention of everyone around you. People point their hands at me. In a low-pitched tone. I was young and went to work 3. It's not shameful. I didn't know how I got home that day. Just remember that not long after my phone, suddenly I get a lot of messages. My friend sent me a video asking me to pee. It's you. I opened it. That's the video in the restaurant. Lin Hui pointed his hand at me scolding, so I went online to check it out. My name is on the headshot. Click on that video. Countless people left comments scolding me unscrupulously. 3 Some people are still digging out. Chu Tu Tiger Transfer School. Someone commented. I'm sure she was soon in league with Chu matchmaking. That's why we gave the district power to her child. We're fighting now so we can play like that. All the insults and malicious speculation like a tsunami. I argued for a while. Soon the 4 spirits also called. Where are you? I'm at home, so don't worry, I believe you. Of course believe. I look at people who are never wrong. You don't have to be that kind of person. It is clear that they are planning to harm you. You made them suffer 7 times as much. How can they swallow their anger? I'll find a way to make you pay. Because the internet attacks me so much. Serious impact on my job. So I'm resting at home. I want you to call me to come out and talk. The American people understand what it feels like. To release the anger, you're really willing to trade. You can even throw out your husband. You're not afraid he's actually having an affair. There's no other way. It's all because you pushed me to understand my husband. My husband is not that person. My family is very happy. I also know for a girl. The most important thing is honor. Now your honor has been ruined, as far as I know. Work can't be done either. Normal life is not possible. The internet is full of insults. Do you know how you are now? It's like a rat running across the street. Everyone wants to fight. Are you done? There's nothing more to say. I'm leaving. It hurts my ears. America has reached this point. What are you strong for? I'm here today. Is to exchange. As long as you agree to give that house to my family, I'll help you clear it up. I suspect my ears are wrong. For 2 seconds I asked her. What did you tell me to give home? She said she'd give my house to you. Then switch to your family name. Yes, this is your only chance. You must know that online media is scary. Now your image is like a mouse running across the street. If you continue like this, not only did he not find a job later, I can't even find a boyfriend. You use a house in exchange. Very curious, do you know? Are your words now a threat? It's up to you if you think it's a threat. It's a threat. But for me, this is advice. This advice to see if you listen or not. If you listen, your image can be restored tomorrow. It all depends on your choice. I'll give you 3 days to think. Answer me 3 days later. You must know. Public opinion can't wait a few days now. After saying that, he turned and left. I can't help but laugh. This person is greedy. I didn't notice her coming home. If I really agree, then I really have a mental problem. Lai returned very late that night. He just came running to me. You know what I found out today? What are you going to school for this afternoon? I asked him because, as far as I know, Xu Xiaohu no longer studied there. You follow the match. I was immediately interested in what Xu did. That's the problem. I found out that Zhu was dating. I'm with the mother of Zhou Zia Tiger's classmate, she said. When he finished, he gave me a picture. I was so shocked by the photo that I couldn't speak. This afternoon, I followed Chu matches to his company, but at 3 o'clock, I saw him driving towards the school. I was feeling a little weird at the time. It was about 3:30. A woman about 2 night trees from the school. Get in his car. Then the two of them went to the Wu Tian Sun Hotel. About 5 hours to break up. Then the woman came to the school gate to pick her up. They also returned to the company, meaning those two could be pretending to pick up the tiger. Then the two of them must be together. It must have been a while. Sure, Tiger Chu has been transferring schools for a long time. Two people look. They've obviously known each other for a long time. Moreover, I went to inquire. Both of you have families with children. This is a Thai couple. To the 3rd day. She called me on time. Have you thought about it carefully? I've thought about it, but the location is up to me. You have to come alone this afternoon. Don't worry, my husband doesn't have time to find you. I can't help but laugh, right? Your husband is looking for another woman. The one I dated. It is the Wu Tian Sun Hotel next to the school. I sat in the waiting room. It's been a long time since she arrived. Of course, young. I don't get tired of such a big thing. If I were you, I'd have lost my whole head by now. I am in the mood to make up. She's sitting across from me. This is my seat for her. You can see it sitting there. The couple hugged each other and walked in. Why don't you think about it, the contract I brought you? If you see no problem, sign here. Dare you really think? My house, the current market value should be no less than 5 million. Do you want me to give it to you? But there is another way. 5 million in exchange for your honor. I find it very cost-effective. Well, I'd like to ask, how are you going to exonerate me? Don't worry. I will definitely help you regain your honor. Not to mention that you slandered me is real. I will analyze it clearly today. This thing with you. You poured all the dirty water on me. And now he's using that dirty water to intimidate me. They asked me to give you a house. The first we knew. It's because you are natural. Occupy my home school district. Do you remember it yourself? You think this makes sense? I asked you to remove the tiger from my household. It makes sense, doesn't it? I'm just asking you to return the district. And move it out of my household. Why are you thinking? What are you asking me to do here today? Just to say these meaningless words. You don't really think I would agree with you. If I agree, I'm sure there's something wrong with my mind. Come here today. It's not just to say these things, of course. Of course I've got a big surprise planned. I took the picture that Lee took. Pushed in front of her. She seems a little suspicious, but still put the handle up. Then his face turned white. Are you familiar? As far as I know, this man seems to be the husband of this lady. And this woman you probably know. You don't need me to introduce you anymore. Where did you get this photo? You don't have to tell me where he got it. But look closely at the people in the picture. This is slander. It's a slander. You must have hired someone to trick me. My husband treated me very well. How could he have an affair? How can he be with another woman? It's impossible. If you want to think, you can lie to yourself if you want. I noticed the owner and the woman. Mrs. Lamb, if you don't believe, just sit for a minute. You can see it with your own eyes in a moment. Her husband hugged another woman and walked in. She rolled her eyes. It was less than a minute before I saw the woman. Happy to enter the hotel. She screamed frantically and rushed in. To fight with the woman. Shocked to react. Immediately wanted to run to pull her out. But he was grabbed by the flower vase next to him, threw it straight at him, and his head immediately bled. Unconscious of this little three. You dare to seduce your husband. Everyone around you is gathering. I left the flag and kindly called 110 and 120 for them. Back to my house. Give me a recording of my conversation with Lee. Happy. And then my brother helped me post it online. Internet users immediately changed sides. Many people love me. I said, why am I so unlucky? Meet this type of person. Later, I heard that shoe match was hit by the flower pot. Affect the brain nerve. It is still an emergency. Lin Hui for intentionally causing injury to investigate. The tiger is temporarily back home with his grandparents. If everyone sees it or not, Vu Tian Born Boy, please like it. Thank you for watching the entire video. Vu Tian Born Boy translated. See you guys in the next video.